Welcome to This Explainer. Today, we are completely dismantling a massive myth that society has been selling us for decades. We're going to unpack exactly why a high salary is often just an illusion, a trap, really, that keeps you stuck in a relentless cycle of stress, and, much more importantly, how you can actually build lasting wealth. If you've ever felt like your income is growing but your wealth just isn't, you are absolutely in the right place.
It's a really common and honestly super confusing reality for a lot of high-earning professionals. You know the drill. You work incredibly hard, you finally get that big promotion, corporate is paying you thousands, you've got the premium LinkedIn title, and yet you're somehow still living paycheck to paycheck. No matter how much your income grows, your bank account at the end of the month always seems basically empty. The math just doesn't seem to add up, right? Well, you're definitely not alone in this, and today we're going to look at the exact mechanics of why this happens.
So, let's dive right into Section 1, the high-income illusion.
And here is the absolute foundational truth we've got to accept right out of the gate. Earning more money won't fix a broken system. Sure, a high salary can make you comfortable, it can buy you a nicer car, maybe a slightly bigger house, but it absolutely cannot make you wealthy if you're relying on a flawed financial structure. If your internal money system is broken, pouring more cash into it, that's just going to create larger, much more expensive mistakes. Earning more just amplifies the problem.
To really grasp this, we've got to look at the core difference between these two concepts. See, your salary, that's active income. It has a literal hard ceiling because you're trading your finite time for money. You only get 24 hours in a day, and no amount of hard work can scale time. True wealth, on the flip side, relies on owning productive assets. While you're sleeping, eating, or out on vacation, the wealthy have systems, stocks, and real estate actively working for them. They figured out how to move from pure effort to leverage.
Which brings us to Section 2, beware of lifestyle creep.
We call this lifestyle creep, or lifestyle inflation. It's this super dangerous cycle where your spending automatically rises to perfectly match any increase in your earnings. You get a raise, and suddenly you feel like you quote-unquote deserve that upgraded apartment, the premium car lease, or those expensive dinners. You get a 10 grand raise, and suddenly you absolutely need a $10,000 kitchen upgrade. The reality is, if your expenses rise to meet your income, you aren't building wealth. You're just expanding your liabilities. You're staying broke, just at a much higher, flashier level.
You can literally see it happening right here. That expense bar just perfectly shadows the income bar. A raise gets instantly swallowed up by these lifestyle upgrades, and it leaves you with exactly zero financial momentum. You might look rich to your neighbors, sure, but behind the scenes, you are just expanding your overhead. Truly wealthy individuals do the exact opposite. They keep their expenses flat when they get a raise, and they invest that growing difference.
All right, moving on to Section 3, plugging your invisible leaks.
There is a golden rule in personal finance. Undirected cash is a leak that always finds a way to disappear. If you don't give it a clear destination, that money just sitting in your checking account gets completely lost to forgotten streaming subscriptions, silent banking fees, and those daily emotional impulse buys. Without a destination, every dollar you earn will eventually be consumed by lifestyle creep. Stop losing your salary to these invisible leaks.
And this is where we really have to shift our perspective and talk about opportunity cost. Every single time you let money leak away on some random impulse buy, the real cost isn't just the $50 you dropped today, it's the thousands of dollars that money could have become if it were invested and compounding over the next few decades. You aren't just trading a little cash right now, you're literally trading away your future financial freedom.
So how do we actually stop these emotional microlosses? It's simple. You implement the 48-hour rule. Look, most consumer spending is purely emotional, and emotions make your money completely vanish. So if you want to buy something non-essential, just wait exactly 48 hours. Give it 2 days. During that time, that emotional high will fade, and your logical thinking will kick back in. Your midnight Amazon cart can definitely wait. If you still genuinely need it after 2 days, fine. But usually you'll realize you completely forgot about it, which is going to save you thousands over a lifetime.
That leads us right into Section 4. Give every dollar a job.
As the old saying goes, you have to give every single dollar a job before it has the chance to burn a hole in your pocket. If you do not control your monthly cash flow and direct it with purpose, I absolutely guarantee your cash flow will control your life. Money that doesn't have a specific mission, it'll always find a way to fund someone else's business instead of your own future.
You literally must assign a strict role to every single dollar that enters your account. Job number 1, asset investments, to actually build your long-term wealth. Job 2, emergency savings. That's your armor against debt. Job 3 is covering your essential bills. And finally, Job 4. Whatever is left over is your guilt-free spending. By organizing your money this way, absolutely nothing is left undirected. You totally eliminate the guesswork.
Now for the final piece of the puzzle, Section 5. Build automated wealth systems.
Here's the harsh reality check. Just knowing what to do isn't enough. Raw willpower is incredibly unreliable. It's a temporary, highly emotional resource that totally crumbles under stress. If your financial plan relies on you waking up and making the right choice every single day, it is going to break. Systems, though. Systems are automated and permanent. They just run silently in the background. They don't need a pep talk or daily decision-making. Wealthy people don't test their willpower. They build systems that protect them from their own impulses.
So let's walk through the exact steps to build this out. Step 1, you set up a system to pay yourself first. The absolute second your paycheck hits, an automatic transfer funnels a set percentage straight into your investments. Step 2, your essential bills get paid automatically. Step 3, whatever is left in your checking account is your spendable cash. Notice what's happening here? You are entirely reversing that traditional broken flow of paying everyone else first and just crossing your fingers hoping you can save whatever's left over.
When your money flows automated like this, you're essentially building a machine. It effortlessly directs your resources toward assets without you having to lift a single finger. You completely remove human error from the whole equation. Your wealth is quietly building in the background, which leaves you free to enjoy your spendable cash completely guilt-free, because you know your future is already fully funded.
And you know, this kind of structural discipline does something truly amazing to your psychology. It helps you close that identity gap. You stop thinking like a consumer, someone who just constantly trades cash for depreciating status symbols and bigger liabilities, and you start thinking like an owner. Owners trade cash for productive assets. They focus on building systems that generate passive income. Ultimately, the absolute biggest takeaway from this explainer is this: earning more money is not going to save you. A higher salary is just a complete illusion if you're pouring it into a leaky bucket. The solution isn't a higher salary. It's absolute clarity. Controlling your cash flow, plugging those leaks, and building an automated system that directs your resources toward assets. That is what actually guarantees lasting wealth.
So as you look at your very next paycheck, I really want you to ask yourself a critical question. Are you going to let that money feed invisible leaks and lifestyle creep, or are you finally going to give every dollar a job and build your automated wealth machine? The choice is entirely yours.